I love all you guys so much. I first have to give a big shout out to Taiwan. So many people came from so far. Malaysia. Where are you, Malaysia? Singapore. Australia. United Kingdom. Hong Kong. Canada. Soon to be Indonesia. And the good old USA. I want to thank you guys for coming. It's an amazing moment. It took a lot to get here. It wasn't just a couple months of work. It was 30 years. It was 30 years. And I can assure you that none of it came without bumps. Just moments before I came up here. You know, normally when I do a welcome, I do a pretty formal welcome attached to a prompter just because I want to give you guys a very clear picture of what to expect. There is no prompter today and the note slides aren't working. However, it's a good thing I know how to talk. I want to let you know that Market America was born right here in 1992. In 1992, Market America was born right here in Greensboro, North Carolina, with a dream, an idea, and a vision by our chairman of the board and CEO, my husband, J.R. Reidinger. We love you. Interestingly enough, our humble beginnings with no financial backing, no resources, and not a single connection. We did this on our own, a team and you. 30 years later, now when I talk about 30 years, please don't underestimate that. 30 years is a long time. We started 2 years before the company called Amazon. Most people never make it 30 years. We are in good company. We started alongside the giants. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Alibaba, and yet hundreds of thousands of other companies came after us and are no longer here. That's something you should be really proud of. We did it. 30 years later, and we're just beginning. We are just beginning. History continues to be written within the four walls of Market America. It really does. You know, we showed up with remarkable strength and staggering passion to transform a small local company into a global sensation. And that's exactly what we did. Nope. Okay, that's all right. Naturally, we're going to highlight some of the most important moments over 30 years. I think the most important, most outstanding, significant moment over the last 30 years is clearly one thing, and it's you. It's you. Please give yourselves a big round of applause. Each and every one of you have brought life to Market America. We have always put people first before profits, without exception. We have always put people first before profit, without exception. And equally environment, Mark Ashley has created a workplace that has put egos aside, where people work for the greater good. For 30 years, we've paid every single commission check on time. And for 30 years, JR has still kept us debt-free. That's big. For 30 years, we've changed the lives of thousands of people. Jim and I and Andrew were talking about that the other day. That is a feeling that is impossible to express, as many of you know. When you can help change the lives of others I want to talk to you about something. I was going to bed this morning, very late, about 3 o'clock. And I was thinking about how fortunate we are that thousands of people's lives have changed and are successful. But then it hit me. There are so many people who are successful in life. There's a lot of millionaires, quite a few billionaires. But you know what's different? Not only have you created success, but you're significant because you help others. So having success and significance is much bigger than just success alone. For 30 years, the same team has stayed together through thick and thin. Our team should be recognized because I can tell you this, they have dedicated their entire lives to you. There's not a one of them who doesn't work day and night, answer emails at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, stay up all night. Our team backstage with Market America has worked 24 hours a day since week prior to World Conference to see this event through. We have not stopped. And I don't want to let this morning go without recognizing somebody from our team who's not here, who we miss so much, and that's Dennis Franks. And I was thinking, Andrew, JR, Steve, I was thinking this morning when Steve and I were battling a lot of problems yesterday, and you guys don't have any idea the amount of stuff that goes wrong before you arrive. You just don't even know. It's been a lot. I haven't even got to work. There is no welcome because I couldn't work on one. There was no time. JR was just like, you could just wing it. You'll be fine. Okay? We just finished work starting on Saturday yesterday, right, Steve? But you know what was interesting this morning when I woke up and there was so many things happening at once, and Mary and Gio and Amber, all the girls were there helping me, and I felt for one moment Dennis touched the back of my shoulder and say, we're going to make it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. In his own way, when he touched my shoulder, he really did, come on, baby, we're going to do this. You know how he did that? Like, come on, baby, we got this. That's how Dennis was. So I want to let you know that after 30 years, we are a rare, beautiful thing. We are a rare, beautiful thing, and so much of it is because of you. On behalf of our executive team, my husband, and myself, thank you for your seriously superhuman contributions to make who we are today over 30 years. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. I need to tell you, the journey is never easy. This week's been a clear reminder of that, right? We always get tested. I always say our test will be our greatest testimony. We will always show up. We will always level up. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. JR and I are tough. We keep getting tougher. I keep thinking that we'll soften it up, but we keep getting stronger. And I got to tell you, I want you to get stronger. I want you to get stronger. Let me tell you something. I want you to work this whole weekend to develop your abilities. I want you to work deep within your soul to continue to improve yourself. I want you to dig in deep and say, you know what? This is my time. I want you to go deep within your heart and look in the mirror and say, what do I need to improve? Every day I will do it, and I will become the person I am meant to be. That's what I want you to do. You see, you are superhuman. You are superhuman. The world is an economic crisis. It will get worse out there before it gets better. You won't let that happen to you. You don't have to let it happen to you. You get to control it. You get to set the limit. You get to do whatever you want to do. It's all up to you. And that's right. That's right. You can scream at any time you want. You're right. When you feel that moment, feel it with me. I'm with you. I got to tell you, I've been screaming all week by myself. Come on, baby, you can do this. Come on, baby, you can do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let me tell you something. Going your own way is the only shot at freedom you have. It's the only way to call the shots. It's hard. The chances are slim. I'm not going to lie to you. Why are they slim? Because most people won't do it. Most people won't put in the effort. They won't put in the work. They find it too hard. It's too complicated. It takes too much sacrifice. I prefer to sleep. I don't want to get up that early. I don't want to have to do that. I'll just take a job I'll complain about my whole life. I'll work for somebody else. I'll get paid vacations even though they're not really paid. You have no freedom. That's not what you want, and that's not why you're here. You're different. You are rare, and you are beautiful, and you are different. You can have anything you want. Anything you want, you can have. Freedom of choice, freedom from other people's opinion, freedom of the mind, JR. Peace of mind. If you want freedom, you're going to have to work for it. Sacrifice late nights, more hours, growth, persistence. You see, the person you are right now may not be strong enough, but you can break down to have a breakthrough. You can become a new you. I am a totally different person than I was 30 years ago. I am not at all the same person. Ask my husband. He'll tell you. I'm obsessed with developing my abilities. I'm obsessed with developing my abilities. My husband is obsessed with developing his abilities. My team is obsessed with developing their abilities, to being better and stronger and wiser and braver every single day. And that's what I want you to do. Every day. Every day, I want you to believe in you. Love you, Carmen. Every day, I want you to believe in you. The more you develop yourself, the greater the freedom. The greater the freedom. You know, it's funny, on Saturday, I'm going to speak to you about how if we listen. By the way, before I get into it, let me just say this. How many of you love that we have all your beautiful children here? I love it. I love it. And it was only apropos that I bring them involved because on Saturday I'm speaking about how much we have to learn from these little giants. How much we can learn from children. It's funny because I've been trying to work really hard at trying to lose weight. It's hard to do everything all at the same time and work out and be healthy. And my beautiful granddaughter Ava's here. Ava, can you say hi, waved hi to everybody? We are matching today. And my beautiful granddaughter's here. My little grandson said to me, Adrian, he said, Mimi, do you ever get confused that candy is vegetables? And I said, you know what? I must do that sometimes. And he said, this is about 2 months ago. And he was so cute, and it hit me that children only know how to be honest. And it's something we need to listen to. So this weekend, I want you to bring yourself back to when you were a little girl or a little boy. And I want you to put a superhero cape on, pretend that you are invincible, because you really, truly are. And do whatever it takes to do. Now, last night, Ava and Adrian were on the bed, and Adrian looked at me, right, Ava, and he said, Mimi, it looks like you're eating more vegetables. And I said, thank you, Adrian. You're so sweet. And he told me, I'm not going to be there this morning, but I'll be there later. So just let the people know I look forward to seeing them later. Now, the truth of the matter is, yeah, Jim said he did. He came over to Jim and gave him an autograph yesterday. The funny thing is that we have so much to learn from these people. And the message is all around us, everywhere we go. We hear people and see people doing things that inspire us. And then we look at our children and we're like, wow, they're fearless. They're willing to do anything. They'll put on superhero capes. They'll be anybody. Don't stop them from dreaming. Don't stop them from fantasizing. It's so important for the process that you start dreaming again, that you start fantasizing again, that you start believing that anything is possible again. The more you develop yourself, the greater the freedom. And if you believe that there are factors outside of your control that stop you, you'll never get there. If you don't believe you can do it, you simply can't. It's that simple. You see, it never goes to those who take shortcuts. It never goes to those who quit. It never goes to those who give up or who lack discipline or refuse to work on themselves or seek comfort and growth. Your worth is determined by you. Your work and results are determined by you, your discipline, your work, your belief, your sacrifice. And believe me, you don't want success for money alone. It's simply paper. It's meaningless by itself. But what it does for you is priceless because it can give you freedom. Freedom to spend time with those you love. Freedom to do what you want. Freedom is earned. And let me ask you a question. Are you willing to earn it? Are you willing to work for it? Because that's what it comes down to. There's no tricks, no hacks, no shortcuts. The greater you work on improving yourself, the greater the chance to live a life on your own terms. It's that simple. There's no magic formula. The safest bet is always on you. And it won't always pay you exactly what you want, but you can do it. Let me tell you the easiest way to get through it is to visualize what it looks like when you get where you want to be. That's what'll help you get there. You see, the reason why most people won't stick it out is it requires what we call discipline. And discipline is hard. Discipline is hard for me. It's hard for my team. It's hard for you, but we keep pushing through it and keep doing it no matter what. It takes consistency, and consistency is boring, and most people don't want to do the hard stuff, and most people won't be consistent. It takes a lot to hold the line, to create a standard that you're willing to live by, but it is the only thing that works. It is the only thing that works. Time is short. If somebody told me when I was 20 years old, that life would be short, I wouldn't have believed them. I believe them now. We are all given the same amount of time every single day, and the difference is what you'll do with it. You see, you don't have to work this business 40 hours a week, 80 hours a week, the same hours that you may put in, bye, sweetie, for your boss. You can put in 8 hours a week here and make a huge difference in your life. A huge difference in your life. You know, you can go to the gym, and this was told to me by Andrew Edwin, and our trainer. He said to me, you know what, you can work out for 9 hours in one day, you won't see any results. But if you put in 20 minutes a day, all the results will happen. All you have to do is put in an hour a day. Put in an hour a day. Put aside the time and do it. Just do it. Make a difference for you in your life. Let me ask you a question. What is your life? What is your life? Do it now. The family that needs you now, spend more time with them now. The money you need to study or take the family trip, do it now. The time you need with your parents before they have just one more moment, do it now. the life you need to do the things you have to do, the things you dreamed of, do it now. Do it now. The freedom you need to make a decision on your terms, do it now. Go for it. Stop putting it off. Stop waiting one more year. Stop procrastinating. Stop making excuses. Do it all before it's your last moment. Every time the clock ticks, it seems to say now. Every time the clock ticks, it seems to say now. There may be no tomorrows. You must do it now. Time is running out for all of us. Big dreams live here, as do genius and passion. They live right here in this room. In an age of cynicism, this place still believes that human capacity to solve all problems is boundless, and that possibility exists in every single one of us. Right here in this room, possibility exists. It does not matter when you get into Market America. That's important. What matters is when Market America gets into you. It's time for you to do it. It's time for you to go out and change the world. It's time for you to commit to yourself. It's time for you to make a difference. No matter what it takes, just do it. Don't stop. Don't look back. Don't throw in the towel. Don't quit. Don't say never. Don't stop. Don't let anyone stop you. What they say doesn't matter. Their words will fade. They are not important. Don't listen to anyone. Don't hear what they say. Don't care what they think. Don't listen to your neighbors. Don't listen to your friends. Don't listen to anyone who's not for you. You go for it. You do it. You keep going. You never stop. You never look back. Do you hear me? Are we doing it? Let's go!